we spoke quite a bit about free enterprise and how free enterprise is a concept in American history that really is one of the principles of our entire government and system. Remember what we spoke about yesterday in terms of free enterprise allowing businesses to operate freely without any type of intervention from government. Now we know that that doesn't exist in its pure form, and there's always some intervention. But the question we want to explore today is how much intervention should government actually have when they get involved in business? What we're going to do is we're going to explore a time period in American history between 1865 and 1914. And we're going to look at two viewpoints. The first viewpoint we're going to look at is the viewpoint of big business. The other viewpoint we're going to look at is the viewpoint of the American worker. We have to remember that big business did a tremendous amount for America. Between that time period of 1865 to 1914, gross national product skyrocketed. As a matter of fact, between 1874 and 1883, it skyrocketed up 44%. There were new power sources developed during this time period. Electricity, petroleum. We learned to mass produce steel, which allowed us to expand and trade. We developed the automobile, telephone and telegraph, the electric light bulb, water and sewage for cities, public transportation, great wealth for many Americans, and a wide variety of consumer goods. For many Americans, they were living the high life. And this progress came about because of free enterprise. This progress came about when there was little, if any, restrictions on what businesses could do. For many, it was a great time. For others, such as the American worker, the American immigrant, it was quite a different story. During the same time period, immigrants flooded America, and they flooded the cities for work. The average American worker in the city were making low wages and working in atrocious working conditions. In 1900, for example, 1.7 million people were working full-time. Those 1.7 million people were under the age of 16 years old, like yourselves. Think about that for a second. 1.7 million people under the age of 16 working full-time. That's illegal now. You can't do that. Working conditions for women were also terrible. The Triangle Fire that took place in 1911 ended up with 150 women jumping to their deaths because the Triangle Company refused to spend the extra money to provide a safe working conditions. Those conditions which were, of course, or should have been, fire safe. It wasn't uncommon for the average person to work 56 hours, 6 days a week. Overtime and Sundays, no pay. Wages in the garment district were as low as $6 a week. Employers were so cruel at times, not all employers, but some employers were so cruel at times that people caught talking, singing, or smoking would receive fines. An example of how bad it did get without government restriction can be seen in Upton Sinclair's book, The Jungle.